All right, so if we're good, let's get this show on started. Nate is on the call. As always, he's just gonna keep us a little bit accountable, keep track of time for us and stuff like that. So what we're gonna start off with today, guys, is pretty straightforward, okay? We're gonna just start with Gen Mob, just kind of get the whole body checked out. We're gonna go, obviously, hams, okay? So we're gonna look at the back of the legs and a little bit of upper body strength work as well today. Cool, so if we're good, let's just start standing up. We'll just start with the headquarters. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Okay, feet are planted under the hips, fingers pointed down to the ground. We're gonna just tuck the chin up and then tuck the chin down. Just nice and simple. Do this simple yes. Okay, keep it going. I'm gonna pin myself. Boom. If we're good from here, let's go into simple, okay. Oh, sorry, no. Just chin side to side. Try to keep your eyes open for this. And then last one, let's go into, okay, so chin or ears to the shoulders. I'm getting my chins and ears the wrong way around this morning. That's a good start. Remember, you can always depress your opposite side you go into, just to kind of feel it a little bit more. Okay, keep it going. Once we've done that, guys, I will go straight into onto the ground, okay? And gonna just go with the cat-cow, nice and straightforward, nothing too crazy. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're gonna take a breath in. As we take a breath in, we're gonna get our spine nice and big. We're gonna take a pause, just about 5 seconds or so, just to kind of feel this position out. And again, push the world away from you, tuck the chin in, spread the shoulder blades as much as possible. Then we're gonna go the opposite way. We're gonna sink that tummy down to the ground. Eyes gaze up, still pushing the world away. Chest is proud. And again, holding this position just to kind of feel it out. And then let's translate between these two places. Again, try to use your breath predominantly to kind of manage the work. Just keep it going. I'm gonna just mute Mr. Sean. Boom, done. Okay, so again, just using your breath to go between cat-cow, just nice and slow, nothing too crazy. From here, we're gonna thread the needle, so palms are faced up. I'm gonna, okay, thread that hand through the opposite shoulder, look to the same side, slow, controlled, come out of it, and we're gonna alternate side. Okay, so remember with this, try keep your hip nice and stable, and imagine you're gonna draw that belly button to the back of the spine. Still using your breath to manage the work. Once we're done there, big toes together, knees can be as wide as you want them to be. And all we're gonna get into here is a little child's pose. We're gonna be active through this, guys. So let's come onto those fingertips. Wrap the armpits, the shoulders are nice and stable. You can just gauge your eyes up a little bit if you wanna feel this through the upper back as well. Otherwise, let's take 10 pulse, and I'm gonna hold that pulse for 10 seconds at the end. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling yourself down to the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make our way to one side, doesn't matter which one. Again, when we get to the end range, okay, just wrap the armpits and let's take a bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling yourself down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back off, back to the middle. Adjust anything you need to, otherwise to the opposite side. Arms are straight, wrap the armpits, and let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull yourself down to ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back to the middle, and then coming up. Okay, so let's just go into the wrist a little bit, just a little bit of a gem mob on the wrist. Okay, remember with this, guys, elbows are locked, shoulders are spreading. Okay, so let's start with the fingers back towards our knees initially. Push the world away. I'm just going to sit forwards and backwards. And as always, if something feels good, obviously try explore, try play, try get into nooks and crannies you otherwise wouldn't get into. So for the wrist, that would look like, swaying side to side, maybe hitting the corners a little bit, getting that shoulder past your, fingers. Okay, from here, fingers to the side, push the world away, and just starting with initially rocking side to side. And if that feels okay, just, get into those corners, but without destroying the shoulders. The shoulders should still try to be, big and proud. Okay, so try spread your shoulder blades. If that's cool, let's go fingers pointing straight ahead, push the world away. We'll just rock forwards and backwards. And if that's cool, just a little sway side to side. With this particular one, again, trying to feel the weight, go from the outside to the inside of your hands and vice versa. Okay, you want to keep it consistent with that weight distribution. Once we're good, let's go fingers in towards the knees, but in more of an internal rotation position. So you can bend your elbows initially if you need to. Push the world away, ears nowhere near the shoulders. We're just going to start by sitting forwards and backwards. And if that is good, a little sway side to side. Okay, and then last one, palms are faced up, boom, boom. Again, remember, hands are fairly close to your legs, you can always deload it. Now with this one, as you sit back, that's when you start to kind of feel discomfort, so just be mindful. Otherwise, just playing with this, loading it, then unloading it by just rocking forwards and backwards. It's not a very big movement. Here, we'll still look to explore, so if it's okay, just kind of, traveling side to side, maybe a little circular motion, whatever feels comfortable for you and manageable. And if that's cool, we're going to go into that gorilla grip, so squeezing those fingers as hard as possible for 3, 2, 1. Let's go 4 more reps. Release and squeeze. 3, 2, 2. Release, squeeze. 3, 2, 3. Release, squeeze. 3, 2, 4. Release, squeeze. 3, 2, 5. Okay, shake it off. If we're good there, one knee up, one knee down, ready for a runner's lunge. Hands in line with the front feet. We'll pop the back knee off and just rock forwards and backwards initially. If this is good, find that halfway point. Make sure, the front knee is hugging that, front hand, back leg is straight. We'll drop the elbows to the ground for 3, 2, 1. We'll rotate, then reach to the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drop 3, 2, 2. Reach, rotate, 3, 2, 2. 3, 2, 3. Rotate and reach. 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 4. And 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 5. And 3, 2, 5. Down. Let's change sides. Again, easiest way. One knee up, one knee down. Hands in line with the front feet. Pop the back knee off. Rock forwards and backwards. Make sure the back leg is firm, guys. And look, you're going to use your butt to lift the back leg up. From there, keeping everything tight. Drop the elbows for 3, 2, 1. We're going to rotate, reach to the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 3, 2, 2. 3, 2, 2. 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 5. And 3, 2, 5. From here, skydiver. So we're going to just lay onto our front. Remember with this, guys, it can be sometimes confusing. So a little bit of coordination involved. We're trying to get everything to the back of the body, okay, come into play. Palms move face up, head is down. We're going to, it's a two-part thing, think about it that way. As we come up, we're going to use the butt to lift the quads up like the arch body. At the same time, my hands are going to turn. I'm going to look to squeeze the shoulder blades to lift the chest up. Okay, so the whole movement looks like this. Apparently skydiving, okay, and then down. We're going to go for 10 reps. The first one we're going to hold for 5 seconds just so kind of we can work everything together. Okay, so sideways if you got it, so that you can see you. Otherwise, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Come up. We're going to pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Let's go. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Okay, so if we're cool, let's just come into our knees. We'll go into a little bit of a hip prep work, guys, and our ankles and whatnot, and then we'll get stuck into the work, okay? So it is getting warmer, I'm not gonna lie. That or my long sleeves are very warm, okay? So from here, just sitting onto our ankles, just nice and straightforward, nothing too crazy. And we can take a pulse here, just kind of getting a little bit of blood flow to the legs. If this is comfortable and you want to explore and take it a little bit further, we can always bounce side to side as well, okay? Just being a little bit mindful with this particular one because the knees are rotating slightly differently. And if this is okay, bottom of the feet, we're going to tuck the balls of our feet. Just sweep your hands, get that pinky little guy, okay? So make sure you're not crushing things. And just swaying forwards and backwards here as well, so nothing too static. Okay, so obviously as we fall more forward, it's deloaded. As you sit back, it's loaded. So you guys are in charge of the dosage, the intensity. You can always delay that and feel a little loaded a little bit more. Okay, so if you want to go a little bit further, just take a little pause at the back. You can sway forwards and backwards. Okay, so from here, okay, traditionally we do 90-90, okay, we're gonna just go into something slightly different. So from here, sitting back, legs are nice and wide from sideways, okay. From here, toes are pulled up, and look, my hands are kind of back behind me to make sure my spine is long as possible. So if you're really tight, you may have to obviously sit a little bit further back, which is totally fine, okay. If you wanna challenge yourself, you can sit more upright. This is harder because there's less movement from the hips, okay? So choosing a position, and I'll face you guys, okay? Toes are pulled up. What we're gonna make sure here, guys, is, okay, pushing the world away, palm of the hand does not leave the ground. I don't care about the butt right now. We're just gonna drop the legs towards the ground, okay? So just kind of go into this knee drop, side to side. Notice my bum is off the ground as I do this. Maybe my lower back is also twisting, which is totally fine for now. Okay, so just kind of seeing what the hips are doing. The key detail here is spine is long and my heel and my palm is not coming off the ground, okay? Trying to really get that back leg to touch the ground right now. And just notice, you know, through the spine, yes, it's definitely getting into the hips, but it's also getting into that lower back region, okay? So just loosening things up a little bit, getting that spinal fluid going down there. Last couple. Okay, so back into this bear sit position. Apparently this is how bears clearly sit. Okay, toes are pulled up, so towards the shin, posture up. Now, just feel that sit bone on the ground, okay? You wanna make sure you don't wanna let that sit bone come off the ground. So they are glued to the ground now. But what we're gonna do here is use the butt on the outside to pull the knees out. So externally, okay, pull the knees out to the sides. You're gonna feel that load through the inner thigh. Now let's keep the right one coming down to the ground, okay? But then the left one comes in without letting that sit bone come off the ground. Looking straight ahead for 3, 2, 1. Okay, pull the knees out to the side again. We're gonna bring the right one in this time. You can see it's a very limited range of motion. 3, 2, 1. Pull it back. Let's go again. Left one comes in. So your intention right now is to keep the butt on the ground, spine nice and solid. Pull it back. Let's go to the other side. So this is just kind of targeting that internal rotation. Okay. And back. That's 2 each side. Let's keep going. Bring the left one in for 3, 2, 3. Pull it out. 3, 2, 3. Let's go. Again. 3, 2, 4. Spine is nice and rigid. 3, 2, 4. Last one each. Really pull it down to the ground. 3, 2, 5. Last one coming up. 3, 2, 5. Pull out, boom. Okay, so from here, okay, hips are hopefully working a little bit better. And all we're going to do here is a little bit of a, just kind of, you can call it movement flow if you want, okay? So legs are in, one leg is in front. Now with all this, you can use the ground as your best friend, okay? So you can always use your hands on the ground to post and do the work from. Obviously, if you don't need to, you can go hands-free as well, okay? So what we're looking to do here, guys, okay, from the seated position, one leg comes in, one leg is in front of you. We're gonna pull ourselves over in front. So I can use the hands. I'm gonna try drive my knees down. Look at my posture, I'm nice and big. I'm gonna come back. Again, I can use the hands to post on the ground, bum on the ground. And then I can switch, boom, okay? And then I'm gonna come forward, bang, okay? So again, from sideways, what we're looking to do is, we're sitting, one leg comes in, one leg is in front. I'm gonna pull myself over. Posture's nice and big. I'm gonna drive my knees down towards the ground. Heel can come off the ground. And I'm gonna, again, slowly come down, support myself if I need to. And then we're gonna alternate side, okay? Now, this doesn't need to be super fast, and it can be done hands-free, okay? So, choosing a variation that suits you. Just nice and straightforward. Okay, so if it's hand on the ground, that's totally fine. If it's hands off the ground, that's totally fine as well. Okay, just starting to move the hips, starting to load the knees and ankles slightly differently. Keeping it low to the ground. And again, think about that spine position. Okay, so as you come up, you're nice and tall. As you're sitting back, you may need to hinge the hips a little bit to slow the movement down. Okay, nothing crazy. You may or may not be moving around the room like I am. Okay, totally fine. Boom. Okay, so again, loading the ankles, knees, hips slightly differently, trying to integrate, okay, all those things together in a slightly different way than normal before we go into our structured work. Boom. 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 And bam. Okay, from there, once you're ready, we'll just stand up. Okay, last little bit. Wires hanging out of me here, amazing. Okay, so last little bit on the lower body, just as a prep work. We're gonna go to a, okay, single leg primer. And all I want you to think about here right now is, obviously, we're gonna go for a minute per side. This is not how many reps can you get in, okay? Take it slow and think about how can you make yourself as long as possible in these 3 different vectors, okay? So single leg primer, as a reminder, will obviously be in 1 foot. We're gonna make sure, okay, index fingers are ready to go. Both are gonna be touching the ground simultaneously, okay? So the first one, we're gonna be reaching out as far forward as possible, okay? So lengthen the body, kiss the ground, and then always finishing nice and tall. We'll rotate, add the hips, okay? So from front, we're gonna go to one side. Same thing again. The intention here is to get as long as possible, kiss, then nice and tall. Third and last vector is gonna be to the same side. This is the shittiest corner, so just be mindful. And notice how slow I'm going, okay? Because stability is still the main factor, okay? So 3 corners, forwards, side, side. Okay, index finger is what's really dictating, okay, how far you're reaching, and also not slingshotting yourself out. So take it slow and controlled. Nathan's gonna have the minute on the clock. Choose a side. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Okay, so it helps to have a focal point. So meaning, okay, looking at a point at all times. Because if my eyes are moving around, my head's gonna move around, and then my shoulders are gonna move around too much, and I can sometimes lose balance. Okay, so if you're really struggling with balance, before you start to initiate the movement, just look at one point And the other thing that might help you is not getting as big. So maybe make yourself a little bit smaller initially. Once you build the confidence up, then you can start to expand the movement. If you're a badass, do what you gotta do. Okay, no slingshotting like the way I just did. What that means is
1 minute.
Boom. All right, shake it off. Let's change sides. We'll go in 4, 3, 2, 1, and. Okay, so when I say slingshot, what tends to happen is we're really good when we come down. All right, we're really nice and slow, and right to the end, we fall, and then we have to whip ourselves back up, creating that momentum. So let's try not do that. Okay, so even our ascend, coming up bit, is nice and smooth and slow, controlled. Okay. Notice how much you're bending at the ankles, knees, and obviously moving at the hips as well. So it's not just all lower back, not just spinal movement, okay? So you are bending the knees and ankles, trying to coordinate your hips. Obviously, hopefully using your breath to marry the work. Okay, my feet were definitely burning then, so I'm glad that time was called. Quick drink of water if you need to, guys. I definitely need it. It's a good morning. Okay.
It's definitely getting more mild. 100%.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to dress. I also have no clothes.
I may need to open the windows. You know, it's like it's getting warm in here. I remember when we started this 4 or 5 weeks ago, I turned the heater on because it's so cold. All right, guys. So from here, okay, so whole body's ready to rock and roll. And as always, we're going to just kind of step it up, okay, little by little. We're going to start off with just basic 3 movements. We're going to get to shoulder taps. And what we have been doing with shoulder taps in the previous weeks has been, less reps. So we've been doing 12 reps with 3-second pause. Today, we're going to bump it up to 20 reps, 10 per side, but we're not going to be holding, okay, for as long, okay? There is a little attention, okay, in obviously being stable at the top. So it's not just a case of like tapping wildly, okay? So just to demonstrate, what we have been doing is this 3, 2, 1, down, 3, da-da-da. Today, what we're going to go into just nice and simple. Okay, you can see there is still this controlled nature to the movement, right? It's not just a case of, okay, from side as well, doing this, okay? So although I'm going to be counting, you don't have to go at my pace. Make sure you are doing it the way you need to keep yourself stable, okay? Shoulder taps is what we'll start off with. Let's go there first, okay? So we'll just kind of build it out movement by movement, and then we'll hit, okay, go, okay, for the second and third set. So let's start with the shoulder taps. Remember, hands a little bit closer than your shoulders for this one. Fingers are nice and spread. Feet are wide. Tuck the bum, neck is long. Then drop the bum below the shoulders. From here, breath in, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Okay, coming up. From here, we're going to get to our Cossacks, guys. And today, I don't know about your space, okay? I've got like, I don't know, obviously quite a bit of space. I know exactly, no. We're going to be going into walking Cossacks today. Now, if you don't have much space, that's cool, okay? You can just kind of step side to side. But if you've got a little bit of space, even if it's like, 2 steps you can take, let's do that. And then we can just return it. What we're going to be doing is this, okay? So feet are going to be under the hips. And this takes a little bit of accuracy now, okay? So that's the intent. So rather than just sliding on the spot, we're going to take a step to the side. This is the accurate bit. So if you fall too short, it's hard to get into the corner. Obviously, if you go so far, you're not going to be stable, right? So choosing a distance, which is appropriate for you, step. We're going to sit into that side, slide away, and then we're going to come under the hips again. If you have the room, we'll keep traveling in the same direction. So step, sit, slide, boom, stand. And then we're going to return the other way. So we'll step to the side we're going to, step, sit, slide, boom, under. So even if it's just 2 steps side to side, that'd be amazing. Maybe it's just a step, sit, slide, then boom, back. And that's fine as well. Okay, so if everybody's ready, let's scoot to the corner of the room. Okay, and if we're good, let's get it going. Here we go. Step, sit, slide, stand. 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 Keep it going. Step, sit, slide, stand. Step, sit, slide, stand. Step, sit, slide, stand. Step, sit, slide, stand. Last one. Step, sit, slide, stand. Okay, success. That's cool. Just be mindful with that one, guys. Okay, so when I say accurate, okay, when we do step, if we don't kind of like have that good distance, it's very, very hard to sit into that corner. Okay, from sideways, remember, you're not trying to extend the spine, you are still hinging at the hips. When you come up, use the power of this leg to boom, push and get yourself under the hips. Okay, from here, just simple, straightforward, side plank, guys. Okay, so all we're gonna do is on our side, forearms to the ground. Okay, you have a couple of options. So remember, you got the knees, boom. This is a regress variation. This is much better than, struggling for legs on the outside, okay? If you have it, both legs straight, but apart a little bit, using the edges of your feet, hips come up, okay? And here's the deal, the third variation. We're gonna go for 30 seconds per side, and you're good, you can hold it here. Over the last few weeks, we've been doing this variation. Today, what you can do is add a little bit of rotation, so top hand can be, boom, onto the head. And for 30 seconds, again, not as many reps as possible, just nice and simple. Trying to get the elbows to reach in front of your fingers, and then boom, posture it up. Now make sure the hips are not dropping as you do this, okay? Everything's happening because of the upper back rotation. If it's too much, just hold isometric hold, okay? But otherwise, 30 seconds work. Okay, choose the progression that you need. Coming up, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you're doing rotation, make sure the hips stay up. And again, just control in every single position. Okay, it's a kiss of the elbow on the ground if you have it, posture and holding. Okay, so hips stay nice and high and stable. So the movement is coming from the upper thoracic. Your ears are never anywhere near the shoulders. So you're stable at the shoulders.
And 30.
Okay, let's go to the other side. Okay, so again, remember not to rush. Okay, here we go. Hips are up. We'll go in 3, 2, 1.
And time.
Beautiful. Okay, so we have it, guys. We've got shoulder taps, walking Cossacks, and then a side plank variation. Okay, so those 3 things. We're going to do 2 more sets. Excuse me. Okay, and we're gonna just go back to back. Okay, so throughout this, just making sure you're a little bit accurate with the work and you're in control. Okay, if we're good, let's double down. Okay, so shoulder taps first, fingers are spread, legs wide as you need them to be. Tuck the bum. Okay, push the world away. Eyes are gazed up ever so slightly. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, get to the corner. I'm going to start in this corner now. Okay, here we go. We're going to take a step, sit in that corner, slide away, boom, power under the hips. Step, sit, slide, stand. 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 Last one. Step, sit, slide, stand. Boom. Beautiful. From there, side plank. Okay. So again, remember, make sure you choose the right variation for you. Okay. If you're doing the rotation, got to make sure, guys, okay, you're stable at the hips. Forearms on the ground. We'll go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so just like the single leg primer, the underlying thing we're trying to work here is that stability, okay? And then the movement is added on top. So everything on the underside of your body is working its butt off, literally, okay? And then that top of the body, okay, is trying to move.
3, 2, 1.
Drop. Let's go to the other side. Position, guys. We'll go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Now, if you're holding isometric, that's cool as well, remember? Bring your attention to having that weight distribution nice and even, both through the hands and your feet. Okay, that should be the underlying theme, even if you're moving as well.
3, 2, 1.
And down. Let's go straight into it. Third and last set, shoulder taps. Again, make sure, guys, we're not moving side to side, okay? So feel the weight on the balls of your feet, okay? If you're twisting side to side, that's probably because you are, okay? So think about how can you control the hips better. So tuck the bum, squeeze, okay? Lift the chest up, eyes are gazed up, fingers should be nice and spread. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Okay, walking Cossacks. Okay, find your corner. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. So nice and simple. Step, sit, slide, stand. As you do this, guys, remember, sit bones are coming nice and low and they're sliding nice and low as well. Okay, making sure your legs are nice and firm. So straight legs should be, quads should be squeezed. Quads should be squeezed. And then boom, power. Step, sit, slide, stand. Step, sit, slide, stand. Make sure you're pushing on the outside edges of your feet on both legs at any given point. Okay, hinging cleanly at the hips. So no one should be feeling this through the spine. Okay, so no one should be extending the spine. Boom. Last couple. Sit, slide, boom, step, sit, slide, stand, and boom. Side plank, okay, onto the ground. Okay, forearms are ready, legs are ready. We'll go in 4, 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, let's get it. Remember, this whole thing is controlled, whether it's static or dynamic. Use your breath.
And time.
Pushing it off and then down. Let's go to the other side. Here we go. So forearms are ready. Feet, hips are nice and proud. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
Three, 2, 1.
Okay, and rest. Let's have a drink of water. Now's the perfect time. Oh, you definitely deserve it. Okay, hopefully everybody is ready to go. Cool. So, okay, so over the last 2 weeks, we've been focusing on Monday mornings, literally on the hams, okay? And we'll continue that theme for this week and next week, okay? But we're just gonna do it slightly differently. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been stacking movements on top of each other. We'll continue to do that, but not just as much, okay? So we've been doing 3 movements, our standing good mornings, single leg deadlifts, and then our hamstring isometric work, okay? So today what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna just start with our hamstring isometric work, just to kind of really light up the back of the legs. And then we're gonna just put a push movement in there as well, okay? So just 2 things to start off with, and then we'll finish work with just doubling down on the hamstrings, okay? So the 2 movements that we're gonna be doing is our hamstring walkout, and the hamstring work, just so everybody's super clear, remember you guys are in charge of the dosage, okay? So just a simple principle to understand, the longer the levers, so the longer you make yourself, okay, the harder it becomes because you've got more to manage, okay? The smaller, the shorter the levers, midget, okay, it's easy to manage the load, right? So again, be mindful, okay, of this detail. So don't start to set a PB, okay, and it feels good and comfortable for the first 5 or 10 seconds. We're gonna be doing this for 30 seconds. So we need to make sure that we can not just do this once for 30 seconds, but for multiple sets, okay? So just stay 2 steps behind what you think you should be doing initially. And then once you get the idea, then you can start to push yourself forward and maybe even regress yourself if you need to, okay? This is what we're gonna do. Keeping it very, very simple. You should all know this because we've done this over the last couple of weeks. Okay, we're going to, firstly, on the ground, like the glute raise position, we're gonna just tuck your hips. So there's posterior tilt. That means your lower back is flat on the ground already. You're gonna give me a glute raise. Okay, so from here, toes come up. I'm gonna walk my feet out. I'm gonna choose one leg, so my left leg in this case, and I'm gonna pick my right one up, and I'm gonna hang out in this position. Okay, so from a movement perspective, it's not very much happening. That's what it seems, right? It's a static isometric work. But you have to be working double time to make sure you keep everything through the back of the hamstrings here. Now, okay, straight to the legs. We're not locking the legs out. It still has to be slight bend, okay? This is the most extreme position. You're gonna feel this quite hard from the hamstrings. So obviously, don't walk out as far so we can manage better work. So the distance you have to manage, okay? Let's go for 30 seconds on each leg initially, just to kind of understand what we're doing, okay? Then if we need to sort anything out, we'll sort something out. Cool, so onto your backs initially, okay? Hands at either side just to push into the ground so you can have your upper body in play here as well as a, okay, stable anchor point. From there, tuck the bum, so posterior tilt, then raise the bum. We'll walk our legs out to a distance where you want them to work. We'll go in 3, 2, and leg comes up. Boom, 30 seconds. Okay, is what we're holding for. Okay, I went hard. Now, no one should feel it through the lower back whatsoever. Your objective here right now is to make sure your hips are nice and square, so you're not falling to the side, okay? Whether it be that's on the leg raise side or the working leg side. Keep the hips nice and square. Toes should be pointed straight up, not flaring to the side.
3, 2, 1.
Down. Okay, bring your legs back in. Okay, posterior tilt first, then lift the bum up. Slowly walk your feet out. Toes are already pulled back. We'll go in 3, 2, and lift the leg. Boom. Okay, keep pushing the ground with the heels and your hands. Hips are nice and square. Toes are not flared out, guys. Okay, toes are pulled back up to the ceiling. No twist of the hips. Maintain that posterior tilt.
2, 1.
And down. Okay, we survived. Hopefully, everybody fell through that, okay, the hamstring region. Just give us like double okay if you felt them in the hamstrings. Good. Hands going up. Beautiful. Okay, so from there, we're going to be onto the front of the body. So that was the back of the body. Now we're going to go to the front of the body. Just going to go to a basic push-up here, guys. Okay, and you know what we're going to do is rather than banging out 10 reps or whatever kind of thing, we're going to just slow it down like the way we have been doing. Just 5 reps. We're going to go to 5-second eccentric. Okay, so I'm going to count 5 backwards, nice and slow. Your objective is to make sure you have total integrity at the shoulders and your hips. Okay, and obviously then we're going to be working bent arm strength. So a couple of details. Okay, fingers are nice and spread. Make sure your hands are slightly turned out a little bit, and your hands, okay, are in a position, shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider to accommodate that chest coming in between the hands. Nothing worse than your hands being here. This feels great at the top, but as we descend, look, elbows have flare out, shoulders come up. So none of that stuff. If you have the strength, let's push back at the end of that 5 seconds. If you don't, put your knees on the ground, bail out, come and meet us at the top, and we'll start the process again, okay? So, okay, just to quickly clarify, so I'm gonna count 5, down. If you don't have the strength, just put your knees on the ground. You can bail out, come and meet us at the top. Okay, obviously you can do this in the knees as well, boom, and then bail out this way. If you have the strength, then I don't need to tell you, you come up with us. If we're good, position, neck is long. Tuck the bum, similar to that shoulder taps. Breath, and let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Push, press,
the count, and don't leave your asses
5,
in the air.
4, 3, 2, 4. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Push, press, and rest. Okay, so that presses, guys, spread the shoulders. No one should be kind of either by the shoulders, okay? Okay, if we're good, let's repeat that process just 2 more times. So that hamstring isometric work, 30 seconds per side, accumulating a minute on the hamstring, and then we're gonna go 5 by 5 seconds on the push-ups. Okay, if we're good, here we go. On our back, tuck the bum, lift the bum. Walk your legs out. We'll go in 3, 2, and lift. Okay, so we shouldn't be in survival mode here. Okay, we should be able to refine and adjust. We should be in control. It's definitely challenging, but bring your attention to hips, toes, your breath. Okay, are you nice and square?
3, 2, 1.
Down. Walk your feet back. Here we go. Tuck the bum into posterior tilt. Lift the bum. Walk your feet out. We'll go in 3, 2, and lift. Boom. Keep that posterior tilt. Keep the hips square. Push your hands and the heels into the ground. You've got a strong contact with the ground here. Nothing is twisted. Nothing is dropping. Apologies for my breath, but it's hard.
3, 2, 1.
And down. Okay, onto our front, into push-ups. Hand position, knees off, or maybe on your knees, I don't know, okay? Tuck the bum, but drop the bum below the shoulders, eyes are gazed up ever so slightly. In 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Push, press, and rest. Onto our behind. Let's go. Okay. Hands on the ground. Bums tucked, bums lift. We'll walk our legs out. Toes are up. We'll go in 3, 2, and lift. Hips are square. This is our last set. Okay, so strong. Okay, make sure the leg is lifted, hips are nice and square. That.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, legs back. Here we go. Tuck the bum, lift the bum. Walk your feet out. We'll go in 3, 2, and lift. Okay, on that straight leg side, squeeze the quad. Make sure your toes are pointed up on both legs. Okay, heels are pushing straight into the ground, hands are supporting you. Tuck that bum.
3, 2, 1.
Boom, bum down. Okay, onto our front. Last set of push-ups. Let's go. Okay, so hands in position, feet or knees in position. Okay, tuck, create tension, eyes up, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Push, press, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Push, press, and rest. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Okay, quick drink of water. Okay, so last piece of work on the hamstring, guys. Good mornings and single leg deadlift. Whew. Okay. So last couple of weeks, we've been just working in that 5 to 6 rep range with a slight pause, okay, in the good mornings. We're gonna double down, we're gonna do 10 reps, okay? And again, we're not slingshotting ourselves at the bottom. There is this little attention, there is this little quality time spent at that bottom position just to feel that length take place, okay? And then you're gonna use that length, whatever you feel being lengthened, to squeeze and bring the torso up, okay? Just doubling in the reps. Single leg deadlifts over the last couple of weeks, we tempoed it down. 3 down, 1 pause. We'll continue with that, okay? So remember, the single leg deadlift, it's, we're trying to make sure we're nice and stable on our feet when we're working with a hamstring, okay? So it takes a little bit of coordination, a lot more stability, okay? Whereas the good morning is, see how much strength we can create in length. But your body doesn't know whether it's good morning or single leg deadlift. It just knows, dude, you're fucking my hamstrings up. Excuse my language, okay? So be mindful as we pile this on. Our intention is to hit 3 sets. So from a standing good morning perspective, I'll use the wall, but just as a reminder, okay? I'll just show you this on the wall box quickly so you have my side view. Remember guys, the intent here is this, okay? Hips are nice and square. We're going to make sure we put one leg on the wall. Obviously I have it on the box. It doesn't need to be super high with the back leg, okay? If you're struggling, it's better to just have it like so, yeah? The other detail is this. The further you are out, okay, surprisingly, okay, it feels a little bit easier almost, okay? Because the closer you are, okay, you have to use the back leg to push yourself more forward. So it's actually the other way around. It's a little bit tricky. So make sure you are choosing the right stance and being consistent with that as well. Okay, so it's not just about working, obviously, when we're in the work, but think about the setup. How it starts is how it ends. Okay, so again, a couple more details. Feet up onto the wall. Okay, I like to have my hands on the chest and lower back just to make sure I'm not moving from the spine. Eyes are gazed forward. I'm going to hinge at the hips, trying to get my shoulders to come as far forward as possible. Take a little pause and then drive into the wall to come up. Obviously, that box was moving. Okay, so we're going to go 10 reps today, and then I'll talk you through the single leg deadlift when we get there. So if we're good, on our feet on the wall, hands preferably on the lower back and chest, just to give you a little bit of information. It's not a necessity. You can also reach back with your fingers to the wall as well, okay, whichever one you want. If we're good, take a breath in and hinge. Slight pause and 1. Here we go, hinge. 2, hinge. 3, hinge. 4, hinge. Halfway, hinge. 6, hinge. 7, hinge. 8, hinge. 9, hinge. 10, and we'll go to the other side. Leg, hand, eyes gaze up, take a breath in, and let's hinge and drive. 1, hinge. 2, hinge. 3, hinge. 4, hinge. 5, hinge. 6, hinge. 7, hinge. 8, hinge. 9, hinge. 10. Okay, shake it off. Okay, so for the single leg deadlift, guys, 6 reps. We're going to be coming down for 3 seconds, pausing for 1 second. Remember with this, be generous with the knee bend. Okay, no one should be locking the legs out, okay, because that's not going to be stable. So do whatever it takes for you to be strong and stable. You want a strong base of support, right? From here, remember, moving at the shoulders and heels at the same time. So as your shoulders are coming forward, your legs are coming up at the same time. Here we go. Eyes fixed. Breath in and hinge. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Up. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 3. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 4. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 5. Pause. Last one. Hinge. 3, 2, 6. Pause. Okay, let's switch sides. Okay, from here. Eyes focused. Breath in and hinge. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 3. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 4. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 5. Pause. Last one. Hinge. 3, 2, 6. Pause. Drive. Okay, so let's double down. Okay, let's get this back to back. Let's finish it off. Okay, 10 reps on these guys. Leg on the wall, hands in place where you want them to be at, eyes focused in front of you, and let's hinge. Drive up. 1, hinge. 2, hinge. 3, hinge. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, last 2, 9, and 10. Okay, I screwed that last one up. Overreached. Happens, people. Here we go. Okay, leg up. And hinge. 1. Hinge. 2. Hinge. 3. Hinge. 4. Hinge. 5. Hinge. 6. Hinge. 7. Hinge. 8. Hinge. 9. Hinge. 10. Shake it off into single leg deadlift. Okay, here we go. Balls of the feet. And hinge. 3, 2, 1. Pause, drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Pause, drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 3. Pause, drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 4. Pause, drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 5. Pause. Boom. Hinge. 3, 2, 6. Pause. Drive. Beautiful. Let's change it up. Position and hinge. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 3. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 4. Pause. Drive. Hinge. 3, 2, 5. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 6. pause, and drive. Okay, last set. So, hey, hopefully everybody's feeling that compound effect here now. Last set, let's bring it home. Make sure you come into that hinge position as much as you can, okay? Without rounding the lower back. Here we go, feet, hands, breath, and let's go. Hinge, 1, hinge, 2, hinge, 3, hinge, 4, hinge, 5, hinge, 6, hinge, 7, hinge, 8, last 2, hinge, 9, hinge, 10. Woo! Okay. Here we go. Last one. Position, hands, eyes, breath. And let's go. Hinge. 1. Hinge. 2. Hinge. 3. Hinge. 4. Hinge. 5. Hinge. 6. Hinge. 7. Hinge. 8. Hinge. 9. Nearly fucked that up. Hinge. And drive. 10. Whoa. Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm getting fatigued. Here we go. Single leg deadlift. Last set. Bring it home. Position. Breath. And hinge. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 3. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 5. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 6. Pause. Woo! Schweizer. Oh my God. Okay, last one. Let's bring it. Breath and hinge. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Pause. Let's go. 3, 2, 3. Pause. 3, 2, 4. Pause. Drive. 3, 2, 5. Pause. Drive. Last one. Hinge. 3, 2, 6. Pause. And drive. Whoa. Excuse me. Jesus. That's it, people. Come on over. How's everybody feeling? I'm gassed.
Yeah, better.
How are we feeling? We good?
Love you, Dal.